What if I told you that the single greatest wealth transfer of our lifetimes is no longer a secret whispered in the dimly lit corners of the internet, but is now a full-blown, undeniable reality being acted upon by the very institutions that control the global financial system? The news is out, and its seismic global investors are not just dipping their toes, they are diving headfirst into the Iraqi dinar, and they are doing so with a conviction and a scale that should make everyone sit up and pay absolute attention. This isn't about hopeful speculators anymore. This is about cold, hard, strategic capital moving with a purpose that signals one thing, and one thing only: a profound, foundational shift is imminent. The term you're hearing, the double RV opportunity, is not a marketing gimmick. It is the operational thesis being used in high-level investment bank meetings right now. So, what does this actually mean for you? And why is this rush happening at this precise moment in history? Let's break it down without the noise. The first layer of this opportunity, the initial revaluation, is what these institutions see as the technical correction. For decades, the Iraqi dinar's value has been artificially suppressed, a necessity born from conflict, sanctions, and a crippled infrastructure. But that chapter is closing faster than anyone anticipated. The Central Bank of Iraq, with direct support from the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, has been executing a meticulous multi-year plan to strengthen its monetary policy, build staggering foreign currency reserves, primarily from sustained high oil prices, and implement the digital and regulatory frameworks necessary to support a strong, internationally recognized currency. The process of deleting the zeros, often misunderstood, is the final crucial technical step in this master plan. It's not just about printing new banknotes. It's about resetting the entire monetary system to be efficient, transparent, and most importantly, credible on the world stage. This reset will trigger the first wave of the RV, a repricing of the dinar to a rate that reflects its true, underlying economic potential, divorced from the shadows of its troubled past. This initial revaluation alone would be transformative for anyone holding the currency. But the institutions rushing in aren't just in it for that first jump. They are playing a much longer, much more lucrative game. This is where the double part of the opportunity comes into breathtaking focus. They are positioning for the second, even more powerful wave of wealth creation, the economic explosion that will follow the technical revaluation. Think of Iraq not as a broken nation, but as a blank slate possessing one of the planet's largest reservoirs of the most sought-after resource, oil. Now layer on top of that its immense potential in agriculture, fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, a tourism industry based on the cradle of civilization that is yet to be born, and a reconstruction effort that will require trillions of dollars in materials, technology, and expertise. The initial RV will unlock the gates to this treasure trove. It will make international investment feasible, secure, and wildly attractive. Once the currency is stable and strong, the floodgates will open. Contracts worth billions will be signed for infrastructure projects, oil field development, and technological integration. This secondary surge, driven by hyper-economic growth and massive foreign direct investment, will propel the currency's value even higher, creating a multiplier effect that is the true double event. The smart money isn't betting on a simple currency trade, it's betting on the entire rebirth of a national economy. They see the geopolitical pieces falling into place: regional reconciliation, strategic partnerships with economic powerhouses, and a global necessity to stabilize a crucial part of the world. This convergence of factors, technical readiness, economic potential, and geopolitical alignment, creates a perfect storm for wealth creation, a storm that is already beginning to form on the horizon. The institutional rush is your most reliable indicator. These entities have access to intelligence, data, and diplomats that we don't. Their moves are calculated, researched, and definitive. Their entry into the dinar market is the single biggest green light we will ever get. This is no longer a waiting game, it is an action game. The first wave of wealth will not go to those who heard about it first, to those who understood the mechanism and had the courage to act before the news became headlines on every major financial network in the world. The time for passive observation is over. The time for strategic positioning is now. Now let's move from the why to the how and delve into the concrete, undeniable evidence that separates this moment from all the false starts and unfulfilled promises of the past. This isn't about hope, it's about verifiable facts unfolding on the ground in Iraq and in the hallways of global financial power, facts that collectively form an irrefutable case for the imminent revaluation. The first and most critical piece of evidence is the public, unshakable commitment from the Iraqi government itself. The Prime Minister and the central bank governor have moved beyond vague statements and are now on the record with specific, time-bound proclamations about monetary reform. They are not hiding their intentions, they are broadcasting them to the world because a crucial part of this process is building international confidence. The new currency notes, the ones without the zeros, are not a future concept. They have already been designed, their security features finalized, and their production is a matter of logistical execution, waiting for the final political and economic green light. This green light is directly tied to completion of key legislative pieces, most notably the federal budget law. The intense debates and delays you hear about in the news concerning this budget are not signs of failure. They are the final, gritty negotiations over the specific economic mechanisms that will be launched post-RV, including the distribution of oil wealth to citizens and the funding for massive national development projects. The passing of this budget is the domino that will trigger the entire sequence. Furthermore, look at the strategic partnerships Iraq is actively forging. They are no longer isolated. They are signing major agreements with international economic giants like France, China, and the UAE, deals that encompass energy, transportation, and infrastructure. These are not mere memorandums of understanding. These are binding contracts worth billions of dollars that are predicated on a stable and strong Iraqi currency. No multinational corporation invests this level of capital into a country with a volatile, weak currency. The financial engineering for such projects requires the certainty that a revaluation will provide. Simultaneously, the digital transformation of the Iraqi banking sector is accelerating at a breathtaking pace. The central bank is rolling out national electronic payment systems, integrating with international financial messaging networks like SWIFT, and forcing commercial banks to modernize their digital infrastructure. Why is this so critical? Because a revalued currency will instantly create massive digital wealth in citizen bank accounts, and the system must be robust enough to handle that surge without collapsing. They are literally stress testing the financial system for the moment of RV. Another tangible proof point is the sudden and serious crackdown on the parallel market and currency manipulation. The government is actively arresting black market traders and shutting down illicit exchanges. This is not a minor law enforcement action. It is a strategic move to consolidate all currency trading through official, transparent channels, thereby establishing and maintaining control over the new post-RV exchange rate. They are eliminating the chaos to make way for order. And finally, observe the behavior of the Iraqi people themselves. There is a palpable sense of anticipation and a quiet confidence building within the country. Citizens are holding onto their dinar, aware that their financial destiny is about to change. This grassroots sentiment, combined with the top-down institutional moves, creates a powerful feedback loop of certainty. All these threads, the governmental decrees, the international deals, the digital overhaul, the market crackdowns, and the public sentiment are being woven together into a single, unbreakable rope, a rope strong enough to pull the Iraqi dinar out of the depths and onto the world stage. The evidence is not in one single news article. It is in the convergence of all these factors happening simultaneously. This coordinated movement across political, economic, and social spheres is the clearest signal possible that we are in the final stages. The starting pistol is about to fire. The question is no longer if, but when, and more importantly, are you ready? So here we are at the most critical juncture, standing on the precipice of a financial revolution that will redefine countless futures. We have connected the dots from the global institutional rush to the undeniable evidence on the ground in Baghdad. Understanding the why and the O is only half the battle. The other half, the most important half, is about your personal course of action in these final moments before the landscape changes forever. The information is now in your hands, and with it comes a profound responsibility to yourself and your family. History is filled with moments where the average person was presented with a once-in-a-generation opportunity, and the dividing line between those who changed their destiny and those who were left behind always came down to one thing: the courage to act on conviction before that conviction became common knowledge. Think about the people who invested in real estate before the boom, or in technology stocks before they became household names. They faced skepticism and fear, but they possessed the vision to see what others couldn't and the will to move when others hesitated. You are now in that exact same position. The coming days and weeks will be filled with a whirlwind of official announcements, and the window for quiet, deliberate action will slam shut amidst the chaos of a global media frenzy. When the official announcement of the revaluation hits the major news wires, the value of the dinar will be locked in, and the opportunity for life-changing gains at the current cost will vanish instantly. The digital storefronts selling dinar will freeze, banks will be inundated with orders, and the entire system will seize up under the weight of global demand. Your access will be severely limited, if not completely cut off. Therefore, the time for contemplation is over. The time for decisive action is now. This is not a call for reckless abandon, but for strategic, educated empowerment. Your first step is to ensure you are acquiring your currency through a reputable, transparent, and compliant source, one that provides full authentication and secure logistics. This is the foundation of your entire strategy. Your second step is to have a clear, personal plan for the post-revaluation environment. What are your financial goals? Is it complete debt freedom? Is it generational wealth through strategic investments? Is it funding a business you've always dreamed of? Having a written plan is not just a good idea. It is your anchor in the storm of emotions and decisions that will follow the RV. It will prevent you from making rash choices and guide you towards the future you have designed. Do not share the intimate details of your plans or your holdings widely. Move in silence and let your results speak for you later. Protect your peace and your privacy fiercely. Third, and this is absolutely crucial, understand that this event is not the finish line, it is the starting block. The real work of building and preserving wealth begins the moment the new rate is official. Surround yourself with a trusted team, a financial advisor, a tax strategist, and a legal professional who can guide you through the complexities of managing a sudden, substantial increase in wealth. This is not just about having money, it's about possessing the wisdom to keep it, grow it, and use it as a tool for profound good in your life and the lives of others. You have been given a key to a door that remains closed to most of the world. What you do on the other side of that door is your legacy. Will you be the person who saw the signs, understood the timeline, and had the fortitude to take their financial destiny into their own hands? Or will you be the person who, a month from now, watches the news in stunned silence, replaying this moment and wondering what if? The narrative is set, the actors are in place, and the curtain is about to rise. You are no longer a spectator in the audience. You have been given a backstage pass and a role to play in this historic event. The script for your future is not yet written. It is waiting for your hand to pick up the pen. Make your move today. Secure your position and get ready to step into a new reality. The world is about to change, and you have the unprecedented opportunity to be at the very center of that change.